All right, let's do work together 11-1. So with this, we're going to be looking at things that don't go in either the sales journal, the purchases journal, the cash receipts journal, or the cash payments journal. So there's just some oddball things that don't belong in any of those journals, so they'll just have to go in the general journal. So we will start right here with two transactions only. The first one, December 5th, bought office supplies on account from my Millium Corporation. We've done these with the general journal before, so it's not going to really be that different. Just understanding that even though this is on account, it can't go in the purchases journal because this is office supplies. It's not for merchandise. Only merchandise on account go in the purchases journal. So because this is not that, it has to go in the general journal. So it's December 5th. And now that we're in the bigger corporations, they're usually going to divide up their supplies for office and store. So let's look at the chart of account and see what that account might be. And sure enough, we've got supplies dash office and supplies dash store. So we have to call this supplies dash office instead of office supplies, or you turn red on you. Document number is M57. And the amount is 532. And this is where it's going to be a little bit different because we're saying accounts payable / million. Let's type this right. Apparently I cannot see the name of this company. $532. All right, that was easy enough. On the next one, the other thing that's going to be a little bit different is how we post it the next step than what we were doing it. The next one is on December 7th. Return merchandise to Griffin Incorporated for $248. So in this situation, when every once in a while when we buy merchandise, they send us, this, you probably ordered stuff from Amazon or something. It comes in, it's the wrong thing, or it comes in, it's broken, or it's not the quality you wanted. And so you're going to return it and get your money back. Or usually with businesses, they get a credit on their account because they never paid for it in the first place. They bought it on account, right? So if they're returning something that they owed on account, that's going to be the debit, because remember, our accounts payable is a credit. So if you're returning it, it would be a debit. So accounts payable / Griffin Incorporated. DM for debit memo, 32, $248. And so returned merchandise, let's see what that account might be in our chart of accounts. Purchases, returns, and allowances. So this allows for something that you just returned because it was the wrong thing or the wrong color or something like that. Or most of the time, if something comes to you and it's just broken, then they don't want you to send that back, so that they would make an allowance on that. So that's why it's called purchases, returns, and allowances. And that's a credit because it will go directly against your purchase account. Your purchases are debit because they're assets, like we talked about. So if we get a purchase return, that would be a credit. Okay, so we're going to grade our first step. And we're good there. And so we're going to go to our next step, posting. All right, so um, this is going to kind of go like it had gone, except for how we're going to do the accounts payable. Okay, so we'll start out with supplies dash office, December 5th. And this is the general journal, page 12. So G12 goes in here. And this was a debit for 532. Okay. And we have a debit balance in there of 29.48, and it's a debit, so we're going to add the two together. So we have 29.48 plus 532. We got 34.80. Okay, and we posted it, so we're going to put the post reference up here showing that we posted it. Now this is what's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to post this to the accounts payable control account, and we're going to post it to Milam Corporation. Now we're not double posting it. So I've had that question before. If you're posting it twice, isn't that going to show up twice, and it's going to look like we owe them more money? No, because think about that big jar I have at school with all the different accounts with all the different Monopoly monies in it. We're just using the two's comparison, because not only do we have to know the total amount that we owe out, but we have to know the balances to each person that we owe money to make sure that we pay off the proper amount of money. So we're not double posting it. We're posting it in two things and then comparing them and making sure they equal at the end. So let's go to accounts payable first. We're going to post that one first. General Journal, page 12. And that's our credit for 532. Okay. And we had a credit of 84.93.50. And this is a credit, so we're going to add them together and get $9,025.50. Okay. So we come up here and put 2140. But, whoops. 2110. Just like there's a dash accounts payable / Milam Corporation, we're going to put a slash here, and we're about to post it to Milam Corporation too. I'm going to go ahead and put that account number in here to show that we posted it to both of those. General Journal, page 12. Credit for 532. We have a credit balance in there. Someone's playing Christmas music really loud next door. And we get 1975. Okay, so we posted that. Moving on, we're going back to accounts payable journal. And on the 7th, General Journal, page 12. Now we have a debit for 248 because this is the return. So that'll be subtracted off our balance because we won't owe them money for something that we returned or something that was damaged, right? So we don't want to have to do that. Minus 248. So yeah, this is a credit, that's a debit. That's how you know to subtract. 8777.50. And the account number is 2110. But we're also going to have to open the Griffin journal and post it to that as well. G12, debit for 248. They have a credit balance. We got to subtract. And so we also posted it to Subledger 220. All right, so whenever you see that / there, you know you're going to have to make the 2 entries here. And the last account that we have to post is for purchases, returns, and allowances. 7th, G12, credit of $248. We already have a credit balance, so we're going to add $41.94.60, $42.60. Account number is 5130. And that should be it. Check our answer. Everything's good. So that is 11-1 work together. Now you do on your own.